So stage 6 is called pacifying the emotions. Here, subtle emotions and undercurrents of thoughts remain. The meditation is smooth, but it's not yet perfected. So at this stage, the mind often shifts from external objects to meditating on itself. This marks a significant transition in practice. The key to this transition is that the breath at this point is too unstable for a really good object of meditation. It moves too much, and the mind has become very subtle at this point. So meditating on the breath tends to subtly destabilize the mind. I don't know how to put it better than that. And at this point, we're working with both subtle elation and subtle laxity. Now, the subtle versions of those two are quite different from the coarse versions of elation and laxity. With the coarse versions, they take us away from the meditation. With the subtle versions, they distort the meditation. Generally, with subtle elation, what happens is that we start to get excited about meditation. We put more and more focus into it, and we don't forget the meditation. We just become so intense on it that we start to shake it apart almost, if this kind of makes sense. The meditation of shamatha can't contain the amount of energy that goes into it. That's my experience with it, at least. Other people might talk about it differently. It's quite a feeling. Meditation becomes almost thrilling, and all that energy goes into it. But by not managing the energy properly, it becomes very difficult to contain. So here Sheshin comes into play. Even more importantly, it has to become correspondingly subtle to deal with the subtle levels of elation and dullness, and to figure out how to navigate those waters. It's just part of the mind's habituation and karma, and because we're dealing with such a subtle level, there'd be a lot of that karma. We're not going to just get rid of all that. We're going to have to deal with it for a long, long time. So instead of trying to not have it happen, we need to navigate it and to skillfully fold it into the meditation. So we can remove some of the de-clarifying aspects of dullness, for example, but we can utilize the steadying, stabilizing aspects of dullness. So we can sort of filter out the good from the bad. With the elation, we can use the vividness of the elation, the interest, the fascination with the object of meditation, but we can release the excessive energy, the vibrational qualities that tend to shake the meditation apart. Also at this stage, we'll begin to alternate between examination of the object and resting awareness. In general, it's been examination because we haven't been capable of doing genuinely resting awareness up until that point. But at this point, there is just resting. That's because we're beginning to see glimmerings of true non-thought. Non-thought being when the mind doesn't engage in its own thought processes. There may be thoughts that still come and go. We're after all subject to karma. There probably will be. But non-thought doesn't necessarily mean that no thoughts occur. It means that the thoughts will definitely slow down a lot, but also the mind won't be attached to them. The thoughts are completely not sticky. They're seen through, right? And they're very, very few and far between. So there's a sense of tremendous spaciousness, and then the thoughts just kind of float through like a smoke on the wind or something. So we want to strengthen the Sheshin to remove these residual distractions. So in the next video, we'll go through stages 7, 8, and 9, which are thoroughly pacifying, one-pointedness, and equanimity, the fulfillment of meditation. So now that you know through stage 6, you can apply it to what you want. You can meditate on what you want. Obviously, if you want to check out the anxiety program, that's down there. That's kind of my main central program that I'm working on for now. I've got others planned in the future. But tell me where you're at. What are your questions? Where are you at on this path? Are you at the 9th stage? Do you think so? Let me know. I want to hear, and I really want to see people do better and progress in meditation. Nothing makes me happier than thinking I can help people meditate better. So check out the video that's coming next. It'll be the 7th through 9th stages.